Hello fellow nerds, and welcome back to Wiki of Nerds. In Marvel's Eternals' final minutes, half the Eternals blast off to find other Eternals on other planets, and the other half is now with Eros. But this ending was actually one of the many originally shot for the Eternals' final act, so today we're going to break down this Eternal alternate ending, including a Thanos flashback that might have given viewers a deeper understanding of this film. Eternal theatrical ending features Cersei, Phastos, and Kingo being summoned by Arishem for stopping the emergence of Tiamat. The Eternal Eros greets Tina, Makkari, Druig on the Domo and says that he actually knows where to find Cersei. But instead of ending on the perfectly pleasant Harry Styles grin, they actually shot an extended version of the final scene, according to the Makkari actor Lauren Ridloff. In a round of table interviews with Entertainment Weekly, Eros actually then sits down with these Eternals and they all communicate with the celestial Arishem with their eyes closed. So, in the way Ajak and Cersei close their eyes to commune with Arishem, now Eros is doing the same, using presumably a unitype mind function to link Makkari, Tina, Druig on the conference call. This is a major confirmation of what exactly Eros' relationship is with the Celestials. Before, it wasn't entirely clear which Celestial Eros was in communication with Arishem, or a different Celestial who might be in conflict, either a philosophical dispute or more of a violent conflict. But now we know that Eros was going to communicate with Arishem using its Celestial Bluetooth speaker, meaning it was Arishem who installed Eros and potentially Thanos and their father, Alars, on the planet Titan. And this alternate ending also tells us that Eros does not fear Arishem, like these new qualms about linking with Airship to track Arishem's location, or try to talk to them about prosecuting Cersei. It means that Eros kind of enjoys a privileged status among Eternals. Arishem did tell Cersei that some of his creations evolved beyond his control, and Eros and Thanos might have such rogue beings. The movie's co-writer, Ryan Ferppo, revealed that there were actually 9 versions of this post-credit scene that they came up with the post-credit sequences.
The post-credit sequences, I can just say we wrote about 9 versions before we settled on what's in the movie. There are some really spicy ones that always change. They just told different stories. They chose different characters, they introduced different ideas, and so a big part of it for us was just where do we want to go next? And when we finally figured that out and when the movie was done, that's when we knew, okay, this is the way we're going and we're going out into the stars.
And this alternate ending would have given us clear context of how Eros and Thanos fit into the overall hierarchy of the cosmic entities like the Celestials. The brothers were essentially on different paths based on their specific history with Arishem. In fact, we learned about another deleted scene that the writers revealed to Screen Rant, that we would have a flashback to younger Thanos on Titan. According to them, the flashback would have explored the past versions of Titan, revealed in Thanos' Reality Stone vision in Infinity War, and shown its destruction by, quote, radical growth in the universe, and that would have been what sent Thanos on his warpath to erase half of life. This was probably the Eternal scene that Thanos' creator, Jim Starlin, was referring to when he said that young Thanos will appear in the Eternals film in an interview back in 2020. So this could mean that the planet Titan was seeded with its own sleeping celestial, one that is still buried under its surface, because the planet has not exploded. But despite that, Thanos and Eros' best effort, environmental collapse caused the planet's intelligent life to die out before the life force could reach a critical mass to trigger its emergence. Eros and Thanos could be Eternals who failed their mission or allowed it to fail and broke free of Arishem's protocol in the cosmics. Before gathering the Infinity Stones, Thanos augmented his strengths and powers through a mix of science, mysticism, and cybernetic enhancements. And it sounds like that this deleted flashback would have shown Thanos and Eros' attempts to save Titan from extinction, and then failing that, going on to augment their own powers separate from what the Celestial designed them to do. Remember earlier in the Eternals film, Phastos has an interesting line about the reason Ajak didn't want them to intervene in human conflict, because wars have historically led advancements in tech, medicine, and food production that ultimately in a roundabout way of prolonging human life. So maybe on Titan, Thanos and Eros did initially try to intervene in certain ways in their wars. Like that Titan vs. Kree war that was teased in Loki episode 1. We actually saw the same ships in the background as the ones that we saw crash on the surface of Titan, and that the intervention in the wars caused Titan's population's growth to outpace the technological evolution that would be needed to sustain such a society like that. So that's the end of the video. Let us know what you think about these alternate endings, and don't forget to follow us for more Marvel updates. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.